What is up, legends? We are back another week, another hype watch. So what we're gonna be doing this week is we got a lot of stuff. We got stuff left over from Gamescom, including stuff that was announced after it. Not a lot of mobile that is useful this week. But we do have one big one that we need to actually talk about, and I can give you a preview on that one. So let's get right into it. If you're new to hype watch, what I do every week on Sunday when you see these videos, we talk about the hype stuff for the week that I have been approached either by a company or found out by, usually both. And I just try to get you guys something different that you can get into, whether it be PC or mobile. So starting off with some PC, Mai The Shape Shifter, as you guys can see, is more in tune Metroidvania type of game. I actually have been looking forward to this. Why am I not on the wish list for that though? Oh, I know why. So I'm looking forward to this one. It has a lot of, as you can, like, pretty much he can like shapeshift when he takes on certain enemies, like and beats enemies. You can actually get some of their powers kind of similar to like Mega Man, and it has a lot of cool stuff. It reminds me of like the Metroid games and stuff like that, Castlevania games. Like, they're pretty lit. So check this out. This one definitely is going to be one to watch, and definitely one that I'm going to probably have up on the channel if I get a chance to get into it. Next up is Car X, which is actually out right now. I was looking for like a Need for Speed type of game that I can like hop into and like things like that. And somebody actually commented last week for Hype Watch, like, yo, the game is pretty lit. If you're looking for like, like Midnight Club Need for Speed, is this. And then I looked it up and here we go. And it was coming out literally like it's the 29th. It's actually out now. It's 30th right now. It's Friday. This game is actually out right now. So I'm definitely picking this up. Like, literally, like after this video, I'm swiping the card. Just letting you guys know right now. It's only 22. That's crazy. That's good. Good. That's a good price for a game. I wish most games was like $20 to $30. The 60 to 70, I think, is much. But I'm definitely gonna hop into this one right now. I thought it was gonna be out. Actually, I did know it was Friday. I just didn't. For whatever reason, maybe I was waiting for a hype watch to actually tell you guys or something like that, because I had this link for like 3 or 4 days now. But I'm definitely copping this, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting into this one. Next up is Habilis. I got an email for this, and I'm pretty sure they gave me a key for this, but I'm sorry, dev team. I ain't trying to be out here getting shook in the game, and this looks like it's like Alien Isolation. Like, Alien Isolation is toxic, that game. Like, you just know you're gonna get jacked and get got, and this is just one of those games where you're just gonna get got. But I do like to respect when dev teams reach out to me and like to give hype, and people actually click and go to links and actually play these games off a hype watch. So I do like to actually give companies a shout out. So yeah. Next up, we have Frontline Crisis. This is an interesting type of game. It's very much retro, and whoever played Eon Flux, if you ever played Eon Flux, you kind of get like this, and then like the little thing that is like moving right there with his tower defense, it looks like the Ghost in Shell robot. Like, this game just looks good. It's only $6. So I definitely give it a go. If you want to, try to mess around with it, and hop in, play it. Excuse me, it's only $6, so hop in, play it, and it might be something that you can pick up. Next up is Spirit of the Samurai. This is interesting, because like, again, there's another, like, you can see Metroidvania. It's interesting because you get to play as the samurai guy, side scroller, but you also get to play as the cat, yo. Let me see, I gotta show you. That's what drew me to this. I was like, look, you get to play as a cat. I was like, dog, I want to play. Look at the cat. I want to play as that. I got to. All right. Next up, we need to talk about this real quick. And there's actually a few things that I'm going to be talking about this. I don't talk about this stuff, but in particular, I'm gonna give you like a little bit of a heads up. I got into like every single beta that this game had, basically, and I even have footage on my channel of me playing it that I can't show because it was supposed to be NDA. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that footage now that it's canceled. I gotta ask them if I can actually even show it now. I don't know how that works. When a game is canceled and you were NDA, does the NDA end when it's canceled? Like it's a really weird situation because I was doing all that content because they asked me to. Like I have literally maybe 3 or 4 videos I think on Blue Protocol right now where I did like a hype impressions, I did like a after a week, and I did like an end game video, and I think I did one other thing, and I can't show any of it because I was in NDA. I can say something now, obviously it's over. But I can't show it, which is why it's weird. Like because it literally says I can't show the content until approved. But I can talk about it. Like I can say like I did the content, but I can't show the content until it's approved. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. And I kind of knew. Remember how, like people used to always tell me that I'm being a little I bully Bandai and Squaresoft. If we talk about Squaresoft, we're gonna get to them. That I bully Bandai, and you know, like why do I bully Bandai and it's not right and everything else like that. And here's the thing. When I told you guys originally about Bandai, it's the way that it's published, that there's something wrong, that it doesn't seem like they have professional people actually doing the publishing. Like they just hired people, like it's kids of like some CEO or something like that. Almost every instance of where you would think that somebody would do something properly with Bandai, that's not happening. I don't know what's going on in that company that consistently keeps happening. Like they literally had a meeting about me talking about it, saying that like y'all just failed for 10 years on anime games. Like how many times are you gonna keep doing that until you actually hire somebody to do it properly? And here we are again. Like I don't understand how this keeps happening with Bandai. It's a consistent theme when it has anything to do with anime IP to the West publishing. It goes wrong every single time. It's always that it wasn't done properly. It's always that they tried to censor something that they didn't need to censor. We're going to talk about some censorship stuff in this video too. And it's just always bad every single time. I just don't get why it's a problem. I don't get why it needs to be a problem. You would think at the end of the day that with enough failure, a company would say, you know what, we're losing a lot of money. Why do we keep failing? Because this is just a lot of money. Imagine how much it costs to do Blue Protocol. We're just not going to get it now. This literally probably is just millions just gone. Now, as a company, as somebody who runs a company, how you just I at least know 20 games that failed. Right now, that has to be at least 100 to 200, maybe 300, 400 million. Just wasted. All of those game IPs. Like, because all of this stuff is expensive. This game alone probably was like 50 to 100. If I'm being real, like this game was around for like 4 or 5 years of production. Like I would do everything in my power to make this game if I was them. Like you spent so much money and so much time, and even brought creators in to do content on this, and it's just not gonna happen. Something needs to happen with Bandai. So next up, we have Studio Trigger actually doing, this isn't anything to do with gaming, but it is something pretty big, and I actually want to talk about. You see your boy actually liked and retweeted this. They're going to be doing Transformers, yo. Like, I had to tell y'all guys about this one. Transformers is getting a anime dog with Studio Trigger. Like, you saw Optimus punch the hell out of Megatron right there. Peak, yo. Next up, we have Elsie. Elsie is pretty exciting for me because the way this game is, you can actually even download the demo right now if you want to. It comes out in about 10 days from now. And there's a lot of people who are pretty good or pretty known VAs in this. It's very much like Mega Man, and like you pretty much beat these people. What are they called? I think they're guardians. And you take their powers. Actually, there's one right there, Celestia is actually showing it right now, and it's all like pretty famous and known VAs who are these characters. And I'm all for games like this. Like I'm just definitely all for games like this. So I'm definitely hopping in. I definitely want to show you guys and give it some props and everything else like that. And see, there's the voice cast right there, people. So when you click the link, you can check all that out and see some of the people. You probably know some of the people on that list. There's some very good VAs on that list. I'm pretty sure that all of them probably did an excellent job. Next up is Witchspring, which we found out during the Nintendo Nintendo show that they had recently. Witchspring has a lot of mobile variants, but I believe this is the first time that I've ever seen Witchspring on Switch. So that's pretty exciting, and I know a lot of people are fans of this game and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty cool to see this now up and to see it on Steam and on Switch, and we'll see how that goes. Next up, we have Expedition 33. Now, this is the interesting. Like this game is getting all types of props. Oh crap, we don't do that. Getting all types of props because it is a turn-based game where you get action, action RPG elements within it. Like you have like your button presses, timings, parries, dodges, pretty much scene moves where you need to like move your team and not get hit by certain things. It seems pretty lit. Story seems pretty lit too. It feels like a Final Fantasy game, but it's not a Final Fantasy game. So definitely hang out, follow them. You see, I'm following them. Get in here. You see, like called the dodge right there. This game is actually gonna be amazing. I know, like you literally can see like off the bat, you can just kind of like tell, kind of like what Wukong and stuff like that. And then here's the team right here. Like, good luck to y'all. Good luck to y'all. I really hope that this is everything that we think it is. And they look like they're having fun and smiling and everything else. You always want to see a dev team smiling and that they're not getting crunched and being abused and trying to like make deadlines and stuff like that. So I hope everything is good for y'all, and I hope that this game works out well for you. The next up, we have the Capcom Fighting Collection, which is pretty amazing because we really didn't think that this was going to actually happen. Like we getting Power Stone back, we getting Project Justice back, Rival Schools, we getting CVS back, we getting Alpha 3 back. Like all these we can just not talk about Fighting Revolution, but we getting all this cool stuff. Plasma Sword was peak. I like Plasma Sword, like GG. So it's pretty nice that we're getting that back. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Snowbreak incident, and I'm gonna let you guys in a little bit of insider for Snowbreak. So the Chinese government, back when Snowbreak started going super etchy, which I knew it was gonna happen, I just didn't know that it happened the way that it happened. When they started going super etchy, what happened is the Chinese government was like, nah, y'all showing too much booty. We gotta scale that back. So what Snowbreak did is they went 18 plus, basically, to kind of like to mitigate that and say, what, we're 18 plus now. Like, people gotta be 18 plus to play this game. Chinese government was like, nah, we don't care. Pretty much. Not like they contacted them again after they did their little follow up and said, what the hell? Like you're still doing it, like, which is weird because it's not like you can't just go to the website and see it. But I guess whoever was covering it for this Chinese government decided, to come back and check, and they probably weren't paying attention. And then they warned them again and said, if you don't stop, we're pretty much going to shut you down. So that's what brought in the censorship, where people was like, they promised they wouldn't censorship. Why they go 18 plus and all that type of stuff. Gaming communities are really entitled these days. Like they really think that just because they want something that they can like F the man or rise to power, and they're gonna like just bully companies into something, and it's just everything is just supposed to be like for you, by you, and whatever else. So this right here, what this person is saying, this happened right now because now on CN Gacha community space, me and speculated season, censorship itself just to bait and get sympathy, cash grab, which is no. What was weird, if you guys remember, see, this is just this person just not knowing the industry right now. If you guys remember this time frame that when they went 18 plus and everything else, which is the exact same time frame that everything in China got nerfed. Remember when I was doing that? I literally did a hype watch during that time talking about it, and I was saying that all these games are gonna catch it. Like everybody who's like Asian based and Chinese based, they're all gonna get got. What Snowbreak tried to do is they tried to go 18 plus and get away with it. But there's a step that they didn't do, which I'm gonna talk about in a bit. And it's weird that people seem to forget all of that. Like this is just all conspiracy theory nonsense, basically. And you see 107 people liking this nonsense. This is all conspiracy theory nonsense. There's a literal fact that the government was coming down and shutting down all of those things, all these companies around the same time that Snowbreak was supposed to get it, and around the same time that Snowbreak went 18 plus, basically to try to avoid it, and they didn't. There's nothing else to it. You can get mad and say, oh, well, I want my money back and everything else like that, and say, oh, like it's the company's fault. It's not the company's fault. They actually tried. Like they tried to be slick and it didn't work. Now here's the problem, what they could have did, and they didn't do it, and why it's problematic for global. Even though they have a global server, their company is not, they don't have a global publisher company or subsidiary outside of China. Every other game company that has to deal with China's censorship, what they did is they opened up secondary branches and secondary companies to not have to deal with that. So their global sides don't have to actually pay attention or listen to whatever China is doing because it's global. Basically, that's how Blue Archive gets away with it. That's how what's the other one? Brown Dust 2. That's how they get away with it. That's how, in some way, shape, and form, Hoyo does it because Hoyo has a Western branch. That's how Netmarble does it. You have to actually have a branch somewhere else that handles the global side. They still do get nerfed a little bit, west side, but not as much. Not nearly as much as they do in China, and that's how they get away with it. Season don't have a Western branch, so that's why global gets hit too, because it's still actually physically in China. Like their global server is still physically in China, so they had to go by those rules. That's how global got hit the same way as the Scion side got hit. I'm not in the company. I can't tell them nothing, but if they want to supersede that and make it so that they don't have to deal with that and like open up like a global branch, that's how you do it. Like I'm literally telling them how to do it right now, basically. Will they do that? Probably not. They'll probably just go along with whatever else, and people are going to act all crazy like they didn't expect that, which is probably what's happening right now. It's official. The skin. Look at these. Like look at the new character right here. She a baddie. Just saying. Oh, neither, but she's still a baddie. People just wilding. It just is what it is. So next drama before we get to the hype. Told you I was gonna get the Square. Brave Exvius global shutdown. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna do this many hype watches, but there were some shutdowns that really irked me this time. You guys know I don't like to benefit off of shutdown of videos. I think is really a really dirty thing to do. But these particular shutdowns I have to actually talk about, like the Blue Protocol one is troublesome because I was actually brought in to do work for them, and they just failed. And then we have Brave Exvius, which again I'm Square guy, and I actually was brought in previous times in the past, multiple times actually, to do content for this game by Square, and I'm particularly irked by this one because it didn't actually have to happen. Like there were things that could be done to save this game, and it's just like, again, the same way, kind of like what we're seeing even with Ever Crisis right now. Square leaves games to die. It's a little bit different than Bandai. Bandai just does dumb stuff. Square just leaves games to die, basically. Like it just like, oh well, the game is there, we'll give you some updates and some cute stuff. It's okay. Like bruh, they have so many different lit like stuff. Like this is one of my favorite mobile games. It's one of like I played it for so long from straight from the beginning. I still have my account from the beginning, and like all of the Final Fantasy protagonists and all together, like their teams, like I put all of that together. That was 8 years worth of work that's just going away now. Like it's a game that necessarily was always on my phone all the time. Even now, it's still on my phone. Like and I'm particularly annoyed by this again because I feel this is a game good enough to not be going away. If you see literally all this, like Near Reincarnation, another game that didn't need to go away. To see the Operation or Opera Omnia, Full Metal Alchemist Mobile. And you see Square mobile games are dying. No, that's not what's happening. Like, let me explain what's happening. What's happening is that whoever is handling Square mobile games is bad at it. They're just bad at it. The whole process is bad. And I called it out multiple times. You guys know I've been very vocal. I'm still like, I don't even know why they even give me games anymore. But I've been very vocal about it. I've been talking to them behind the scenes. I've been particularly angry about it. And how does it keep happening? You have like one of the greatest IP collections ever, and you just can fail to make games properly. Who's doing it? Who's handling it? And every single time I was like, well, we can't, like, what I get from all of this is that there's somebody who's in charge of all of this that people are scared of, basically, and they just do not know how to do this properly. They just do not know how to oversee anything, or they keep giving it to people who don't know how to do it. Look at these games that are failing right now. Full Metal Alchemist Mobile. I have it up on my channel right now. Search it out. That game was amazing. Full Metal Alchemist Mobile is Sword of Convalaria but better. With FMA characters. How do you fail that? Ain't no way, yo. The game was amazing. Straight up amazing. The City of Opera Omnia. That goes without saying. That game's amazing. Go on. Near Reincarnation. All they had to do for Near Reincarnation is fix the gacha. I was saying it over and over again. I was like, this gacha's bad. The pity needs to carry over every banner. Literally, if they had just did that one thing, Near Reincarnation would still be here. People would still be playing it because they had peak game design there. They had peak collabs. The combat was actually cool. It's the same combat from that's in Ever Crisis right now, basically. There's literally been at least 50 Square games in the past 10 years, and they're a worse offender than Bandai that are gone. At what point does Squaresoft understand that whoever you have doing the mobile division needs to be fired? Like, whoever you have overseeing and building the hype, getting content creator programs together, whoever is doing commercials, whoever is putting out press to people and stuff like this, everybody need to go. Just get rid of everybody. Everybody gotta go. And I realize that, I'm saying basically people need to be fired, but how many games is like, are we just here to suffer? How many games are gonna let that happen? Ever Crisis is gonna happen too, because nobody is talking about or playing or even cares about Ever Crisis until they throw a Cloud of Tifa out there for like 2 seconds, and then everybody be gassed and go get like the in-game fan service cutscene, which is literally what just happened, and then Dunzo again. Nobody cares. Matter of fact, let me see. This is all going to be very exodus. It's not going to matter. Damn, people just talking mad crap on the game, and this whole gaming community just likes to see stuff fail. I see people talking so much crap on this game, like it's sad, man. Like we shouldn't want to see this stuff fail because it's less and less games that we have, and companies going to be less and less likely to make new ones if people are acting like that. Like it's really sad. It just is. I don't know what to tell y'all. I tried so hard with Square. I even inquired and said I will go to Japan. Hire me. I want to save Square Mobile because there ain't no reason for any of this stuff to be failing. Japan don't care. They're just gonna let it fail. The last and certainly not least, we have Starseed, which is going to be coming out global. You can pre-register right now. Game is not bad, and I can even give you a preview because we have it up on the channel right now. I'll give you the link to it in the description for all of this. It's a pretty cool game. Definitely a pretty cool game. A lot of animation to it, a lot of VA. I don't know if they're going to have English VA. They probably won't. But the game, look at it. The game is actually kind of amazing as far as like the animations, the way that the characters work, what you do. Obviously you see like the DPS meter right there that kind of lets you see the characters and stuff like. Oh, I remember her. I forgot how lit she is. Bam! Right, they all dead. Obviously, waifu bait. The female MC is waifu bait. And this is probably going to be a mini banger. It's not going to be a big banger. I don't see this tearing up the world. It's going to be popular, kind of like how Cat Fantasy is popular right now, and then taper off, and then we'll see how much the community gravitates towards it. I don't anticipate this one being some Epic 7 or kind of Hoyoverse level game. Just solid for like maybe like 3 or 4 months until it depends on how much they streamline their content and do things to facilitate things and bring out most of these games. I'm just being honest with you, gacha wise, I've been telling you guys for the longest time that gacha and mobile is pretty much dead right now. That's why these games come out and they die quickly, because the market's dead for it, and the market hasn't recovered. And it's just going to continue to keep happening like that. We're going to continue to keep losing all these historical games, like what we just talked about in this video, because the market's dead. Basically, the games themselves ain't helping, but the market's dead too. There's not enough money for all of this. And believe it or not, even though people don't want to hear this, Hoyo and all the games at the top, like Nikkei and even like Dragon Ball Legends, all that type of stuff, they're literally killing all of the lower games, all the older games, because that's where all the money's going. It's not going into the lower games, it's going into those games, because people see those games as quality games, so they'll spend their money there and not on the lower games because they don't see them as quality anymore, because we don't have the same disposable income that we had before. It's just economy. That's how things go. And if a game doesn't come out and give you a reason to invest in it, you're not going to see a lot going on. And we're going to see literally like in a day or two if Wuthering Waves can hold on. I'm looking at Wuthering Waves to be maybe about 8 or 9 million gross. If they hit 10 again, grats. Like, I'm happy for them, but I don't see them even hitting 10 this month. If we're keeping it 100. So I'll be happy for them if they do it though. Like prove me wrong. I'll be glad, because we need them to be good, to put pressure on Hoyo to be good. Because if another game comes out that was supposed to be like a Hoyo competition fails like that, we probably aren't going to see many more of them like that. Companies just aren't going to be bothered and just go do other things. So I'm rooting for Wuthering Waves. I see like a lot of people like, Wuthering Waves crap, I want it to fail, everything. I don't want it to fail, because I don't want Hoyo just to be sitting up there at the top killing the rest of the market. Because that's what's happening right now. So I will catch you guys next video. be legendary. Hopefully this was a good informational type of video for you guys. We got a lot of games to actually talk about in this video. And yeah, so definitely let me know what you guys feel in the comment section below, and look forward to this game because something that we can actually look forward to actually play. Uh, Not much more, except maybe Duet Night Abyss or something like that. And Infield, whenever that decides to come out. Not too sure about those, but we'll see. Catch you guys later.